not sure where I want to start with this vlog. It's been a while since I've vlogged. I don't want to say that I've been a lazy piece of shit, but I've pretty much been a lazy piece of shit. I will, however, say that there comes times in life where you need to just let everything be calm and silent in order to let your mind grow. So that's kind of what I've been going through. It's a long ass story that I'm not going to get into today because this vlog is already long as shit. I wasn't even going to do this vlog. I was just telling myself, man, it don't fucking matter. But I felt like the only reason I was telling myself that was so that I could be lazy, which is there's no excuses anymore. So here I am doing this vlog. This vlog is going to be in 2 different parts. So this vlog is about me collaborating with one of the groups from the showcase, the 40 Boys. You guys saw in a vlog that I had made where I mentioned having made a beat for them. Right, so I always get disappointed about these vlogs, like they suck, but then shit like this happens and it just works out perfectly to where it's almost like I can just see that it's going to be documented, so it makes me want to do it more. And I want them to be better for you guys. So you guys probably noticed that the quality of the intro here is going to sound better than that of the entire rest of the video, and that's because I just now thought that it's going to be more work, but I can put the computer up there recording me while I fucking record, and then that'll give you guys better quality. This is going to be the first video of me really trying to step my game up and make sure that I give every little detail that I can. I'm hoping this shit's loud enough, but if it's not, then there's always the one on the camera. So yeah, I tried to tell myself, fuck it, you don't have to do the audio because the rest of the video doesn't sound good. But I'm really trying to get out of the mindset of just choosing the lazy route just to fucking choose the lazy route. So Noah from the 40 Boys, the white guy that you guys saw, and I think it was the sixth vlog that I did, and probably like the 2nd or 3rd from the showcase. I mentioned I showed a little clip of the showcase whenever I was showing you guys that I made the beat, which is what makes this whole thing kind of crazy and what makes me want to do this. Everything has been in line perfect, and there's definitely something greater that is putting all these into motion. I can't really get into the whole story. I'd be sitting here talking forever, so I'm just going to try to hit the main bulletins of all this shit. I first want to say, I'm not proud of everything that is going to be shown in these vlogs or that I'm doing to get by in life, but I really want to document this in the realest way so that after I do make it, I know I'm going to, I can look back and anybody else can look back and see that I did come from here and it's documented, it's not just a story. So me giving plasma and shit to get money, who wants to fucking brag about that, let alone even admit that shit? But I don't give a fuck. I have an opportunity to where I'm somewhere where I have rent and shit. I have to figure out how to feed myself, pretty much. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting money so that I can have food, try to keep my protein good so that I can continue to give plasma so that I can put every hour that I have into doing this whole business thing, not just making music, but doing videos also, and networking and getting in blogs and discussion boards and trying to talk to everybody that I can. So, yeah. I'm not proud of it all, but I just want you guys to see what the process is that I'm going through. I am truly dedicated to this shit, and I'm trying to give every waking moment that I have to it because I have the opportunity to do so. Alright? Damn, I hit a lot of these at one point, or just one time. Okay, so yeah, there's obviously there's a crazy story just from the past couple of months that add up to what has just taken place for this song, to every little part of it to work out. But I have the little end section I'm gonna give you guys. If I'm gonna tell the rest of the story obviously at some point of me growing and then getting to where I even decided I was gonna start vlogging to whatever point I'm at whenever I decide to tell the story. But most of it will be documented because I'm gonna really start getting to where I'm vlogging a lot. So yeah, I'm trimming a lot of it down just so I can keep it in this video, not keep this video long. Without this intro part, the video was already 15 minutes long. That's after me cutting down and editing it. So Noah left probably about 3 hours ago. I sat down and started editing it. Before he got here, I told my part of the story to you guys, and you're gonna hear that right after I'm done talking here. And then he shows up and you guys hear his part of the story. So yeah, this next part that's coming up is me explaining how the song came, how it just happened to work out perfectly on my side, and then his story is talking about how like it came to be a revelation on his side. I'm just gonna sum it up real quick before I get into it. It all started whenever I was in the vlog that you guys either have or haven't seen because you don't watch them and this is the first one you've seen, but if you haven't, go back to like the 6th, you'll see where I started making this beat. Actually, it might be the 7th or 8th vlog. I can't really tell you. I don't really fucking remember. But I show in a vlog that I talk about how I wanted to make beats for everybody at the showcase and get my songs done. And all I did was get my songs done and make one beat. And that beat happened to be for the 40 Boys. Okay, so like a couple days after the showcase, we ended up hitting each other up. And I told him I had this beat for him, and I just wanted to see if he was feeling it or not. And it was what I let you guys hear in the vlog. So I sent him the beat, and he sent me something back. Was like, hey, check this out. I might go ahead and put it in the vlog here, just for reference purposes, just so you guys can kind of hear it. And then,
yo. Sometimes I sit and wonder what the future holds. Missing the times I had no worries like a 2-year-old. Will I ever make it? Anybody coming to the show? On my Cam Newton, I just want to win the Super Bowl. Truth be told, my life is like the Truman Show. Always people around, but feeling too alone. I'm refusing to let go of the same stupid hoe that I haven't spoken to since 20-something moons ago. Whoa, my heart is frozen over, so it's cold as Nova Scotia, Minnesota. Wind is blowing, no one knows where Noah's going except Jehovah, I suppose. So I just close my eyes and hope that when they open, I'm alive, cause I'm a fighter, not a quitter. I'm a writer and I'm gifted as a rhymer and a spitter, and I try to make a living off of rap. But my life is filled with lots of crap. Lucifer used to own my future, now I want it back. Now I want it back. Lucifer used to own my future, now I want it back.
and then I wrote a hook to it. And I sent him the hook in the messages, and I'll show you guys that here. And a few days later, or however long later, I don't even really know how long it was later, he ends up hitting me up like, yo, I had this revelation, but I ended up writing 2 new verses and a new hook for it. And he sends me over the verses and the hooks. Everything else, we'll get to the story later. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and let you guys hear my side, and then you're gonna hear his side. And then the second part of the vlog, like I said, will be us actually making the song. I'm gonna drop both of the vlogs in the same day so that you can be rewarded for it. But I really just want the process to be documented more than anything, and that way I can't say, I know that no one's probably gonna watch this, but now I can say, hey, I wasn't a lazy piece of shit just to be a lazy piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put the shit out, because that's really the only way I'm going to gain success. Or I could do that with every vlog, because there's going to be a long time that people aren't going to see my vlogs. But if I'm not putting vlogs out, then I'm not getting any closer to making it. So by telling myself that no one's going to see this vlog, that's really not a good excuse not to make it. And yeah, I think it's going to be a real special moment. Everything's been clicking perfectly. So it's just one of those processes too that I really wanted to document it. So I haven't been vlogging a lot, but here we are. So I'm gonna play my part so you guys can hear my side of the story, then hear his side of the story, and then bada bing, bada bam, let's fucking get it. Like, that is truth, because God revealed it to me. Anyway, I wasn't supposed to be able to give blood because my samples were bad that one day that I was able to go after passing the trials, right? So my samples are 6.1. They're supposed to come back negative. When I eat a lot of eggs the day before, like 10 eggs, some chicken breast, a lot of protein. And I go in, and I'm expecting the kiosk to tell me I have to give samples. That's why I ate so much protein, so that I could for sure pass my samples. But whenever I put my shit in, instead of saying donor not suitable for kiosk, which means that I have to give samples, it let me go through. So I get in the back, and it's the only guy that I really talk a little bit because of music, right? And there was a proof from my cousin. Like I said, the Lord gave me all these proofs. I'm gonna try to get off on this one and then still be able to come back to this later. I was explaining to my cousin about how this guy was having a conversation with this girl that worked there in front of me. He was like, I hook up your people. You know what I'm saying? You don't hook up mine or whatever. And they eventually got to where they're like, so it sounded like he was saying, like, I'll send your people through, like, if their protein's 5.9 and 6 to limit, like, you know, I'll send theirs through or whatever.
So I know that they hook you. I know that people hook each other up back there now. So I'm telling my cousin a story about how, like, because I'm always feeling my protein. And I'm like, well, it sounded to me like he was saying that if someone feels their protein, he'll still send it back anyway. My cousin agreed. So whenever I have this part of my story that I'm like, this is fucking proof. There's a proof to the linear story in my cousin, for my cousin to see. And I say that because whenever I go back, so I'm not supposed to be able to give blood because the kiosk lets me go back. When I go back, it's the only guy that I really know that I fuck with. Well, he does I go through everything, you know, the folds and the iron and all that shit, and I pass. The last thing is protein. So he's taking my protein, and then he's like, well, that's not good. And I was like, what? He was like, nothing. He was like, what are you reading over there? Like, trying to, like, keep my attention here, distracted from whatever, because I was trying to see the screen. Because it'll come up with a number, and if it's not a number, it'll say words. And if it's words, that means my shit was below what it was supposed to be and that I failed. And so, because I always think maybe they're going to lie to me, so I want to see it myself. So he pointed his distraction over there, and then he was just like, he ends up letting me go back, right? He never tells me, and I'm pretty sure I saw him put 6.1 protein on the computer, which would be the lowest it can be while I failed, you know, but being there to where I passed. So he didn't want to lie too much or whatever, because it would be an obvious thing. I don't know. Right, so my protein's fucked up, and he's sending me back anyway. So I'm telling my cousin that part of the story, and the proof to that was the fact that me and him had talked earlier, or a few days ago. Like, remember how I was telling you about how this guy sent that guy back? So we know that's possible now. Now it's happening in this situation where everything is fucking perfect. Anyway, there's obviously something greater than that's lining up all these events, right? I get back there, and the person that does my blood shit that day is this girl, and I only talked to her one time before. This girl has everything that if a girl has one of these things, I don't fuck with them. She's got ear gauges. She's got the nose ring that's like the hoop between her nose, the top lip ring, and she has short hair, and the hair is colorful. I love long hair. I don't like colorful hair. Don't like ear gauges. Don't like nose rings. Don't like lip rings. Right? Everything. I don't like it. But I'm really like feeling this girl, which is crazy because I pretty much swore off girls ever since my ex fucked my homeboy and got knocked up just a few months after my mom killed herself. So I'm like betrayed. My mom killed herself, so she kind of like left me here alone, fucking with the people that she fucking was trying to kill herself to get away from. But she did it because I had found this bitch that I thought I was in love with, who I was meant to be together, because it all fits into this perfect story to me being awakened and enlightened on 2018. So she's the one doing my blood that day. Now, I'm not even supposed to be at this point of giving blood. She's the one that's doing it, right? Earlier that day, the 40 Boys sends me a track that he says he has a revelation to, and he changed it and put the verses in the book on, right? I still hadn't listened to it. I was going to wait until I got home. I'm just, the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm realizing that I am really fucking feeling this girl. And it's the craziest thing for me because I didn't even think I could feel this shit anymore ever since the thing with my ex. And I just like, I see girls, some girls come on to me, and I'm just like not into it. I feel like my time needs to be focused on this music anyway. So I'm really fucking feeling it. And her being the person to give me blood is what gave me inspiration to do my track that night, right? So I get home, I chill with my friend, he leaves at like 12, and I listen to the song, and the dude from the 40 Boys is pretty much, the hook is, I don't know you, but I hate you. It's like, I don't know you, but I hate you. I don't know you, but I hate you. I don't know you, but I hate you. I don't know you, but I hate you because you got what I want. Because you got what I want, right? I don't know you, but I hate you because you got what I want. He's talking, my friend Noah in the 40 Boys is talking about how he loved this girl. But this girl ended up marrying this other guy. And so Noah hates that guy, even though he doesn't know him, because that guy has what he wants, which is the girl, right? Well, the verse ended up working, and in the song, he's talking about like how he's down and how he loved her and how that shit broke him. In the second verse, he talks about like he mentions the 40 Boys, which is his music group. It shows like out of him talking about this, the one other thing that he mentions beside the heartbreak is the 40 Boys, like his music. I hear the hook, I don't know you, but I hate you because you got what I want. And I just earlier met this girl who has now become this distraction in my fucking brain. Like, I can't stop fucking thinking about her. She's really throwing me off of my game. And it's just like, I don't know you, but I hate you because you fucking have what I want, right? Obviously, I don't know what it is that I want, but you have it, obviously, because you have all of these things that if a girl had one of, I wouldn't fuck with, but I still feeling you now. I'm distracted by you. I don't even fucking know you. And it was like, so I hated her for it. In my verse, I'm talking about how, like, I'm really feeling you, but I just don't have the time that it would take to give you because I have to do this music thing. And how can I expect you to wait for me when there's other men who are willing to give you what I can't give you right now? Like, that would be selfish of me, and especially since I'm saying that you were below this music. You definitely deserve to be happy. But if you want some D, I can give you that, and while we're fulfilling this dream for you and me, but I'm the lower dirt because this music comes first. Is how I ended. But if you listen to the verse, like I was later listening to it, it sounds almost exactly like Noah is reaching the point of enlightenment throughout the song. Like, it starts out with him, he's all down because of the situation with him and the guy and the girl. And then later on, he's like still down, but he has the realization that he has his music group, the 40 Boys. And then it's almost like the third verse is him being like, okay, well, I am more dedicated to this music and I want this really badly. And how can I expect you to not go to some other band? Like I literally mentioned in my verse, like, how can I expect you to not let someone else keep you happy while I can't afford to do so right now? Right? So it's almost like the song is him starting out down about a subject and then reaching the point of enlightenment on that same, like, why he shouldn't even be down. Like, God is the one who brought this song into fucking place. He made every little perfect situation happen to where I wrote my verse to a girl, a separate girl in a whole separate situation. His is about the girl marrying the guy and hating the guy. Mine is about hating the girl that I don't know, but still am really feeling, right? Because she's become a distraction. Two different things. To where after I write the verse, it fits fucking perfectly to where it's almost like in the beginning he's upset, and he even told me I have the story where we typed it out where he's talking about that was a real point in time where he came back to God. And so it's almost like in the verse he's down, but he's like kind of asking God, like, I'm down, but I need your help. And then in the middle verse he realizes I have my music group. I'm down, but I have my music group. And then in the third one, it's almost like God has revealed to him, like, the music is what's important, and the unselfish thing is to care about the music and realize that you love her so much that you want some other guy, or you don't want some other guy, but you want her to be happy, even if that means that some other guy needs to come into the picture to do so because you can't afford to. And my verse is about how, like, I hate this girl because of that reason, while also realizing that I can't give her what she would need anyway because I'm trying to do this music thing. It's fucking crazy. It almost completes the song. It makes the song a whole, even after the Lord has he made every situation perfect. And like I said, I can tell you like more about how like the Lord has been working that makes that story even more intricate and crazy because other things are going on. But I've already been talking for 30 minutes on the camera, so hopefully I can limit that down. But chances are this is just going to be a long ass vlog. So I'm going to limit this down as much as I can, and also in the same vlog I'm going to include the process with me and Noah and his part of the story and us recording the song and then the final product being there. So I haven't told him the story about how everything worked out perfectly, but I haven't heard his side of the story about why he had the revelation, so we're going to get into that shit. And I got way off. That is the main premise. I even said I wasn't going to in the beginning, but I'm going to go ahead. I got to get these videos onto the computer. He should be here anytime now, and that way that this camera is all freed up so that we can have our conversation. So everything has worked out fucking perfectly. I even explained this shit in a vlog. That's the craziest part, is this the one group that I made a beat for. It is that fucking beat. I have the proofs in fucking conversation. I'm gonna have to go back and find those to put them into this shit so I can just prove to you that the conversation went the way it did. Fuck it, I'll put that in another thing. I don't really know. I'm trying to be lazy and make excuses, but maybe that is a little thing I should do. It's just fucking crazy because now they're coming over here today to do the fucking song, and God is just Yahweh. I don't know, they. Okay, that's all I can say. They omnipresent everywhere. Them, you know what I'm saying? They're amazing. So yeah, that's that. They're gonna come over to their part of the story, and let's just do this.
it blew my mind, man. Everything is fucking perfect, all the way down to like me seeing that girl for the second time, but on the day that you fucking sent me, I had a revelation. Yeah.
Because it was like, well, I know I sent you something that I wrote too about Rick. I was like, you know what? It's alright. Like, scratch that.
Yeah.
I got a better idea.
Because I wrote that hook to you about the phoenix
Right.
from the ashes and shit.
Right.
It just blew my mind because like my inspiration to write it ended the song like perfectly. It seemed like.
When I didn't know, like, I just had a feeling, you know, it's like some way to tie it in. Not even necessarily like you're in a similar situation where it's like, you know, like this new guy, I have to do that. But the idea of being called indie, you know, it's like my part of the revelation is doing a project called Seven Deadly Sins.
Right. You're gonna have 7 songs, right? Each one.
Yeah, well, and a title track.
Okay.
I wrote the title track. It's part of the revelation for me. It's like, man, there's been a lot of shit going on within the 40 Boys. A lot of people like, without even giving up hope or kind of like, you know, it's too hard or I don't know if I want to do this.
Because I've kind of been like going through that.
Yeah, we all have. We all do. Yeah, it was like basically like, you know what? I'm not giving up on 40 Boys, but I'm not just gonna sit around.
Like
and wait. Yeah, exactly. And it's like I've spent too much time, like invested too much in myself, you know,
Right.
honing my skill, you know,
Exactly.
to where I was like, you know, I can make music by myself, you know, and it's not just selfish, like, you know what, forget all y'all, like, I'm gonna go do my own thing. It's more like I'm gonna keep going, and whenever
Right.
you're ready to like come back, it's
Exactly.
fine. Just like, you know, it's like my idea of leadership, you know. I just started like meeting more people like you, local artists who actually trying to get it. Somebody that I don't gotta convince
Right.
to like,
or like hold their
hey,
hand.
yeah, to like do something.
Right.
You know, where it's like, instead it's more like, oh, you fuck with me, like, word.
Yeah.
Right. You know, all right then. And yeah, so that was part of like the revelation. It's just kind of like, you know, I'm doing this regardless.
Right.
And through like one of the guys,
Which is fun. Like you saying that almost makes me feel like too, like that third verse, if you were to look at it from your perspective, it goes to what you were trying to say. Like,
exactly, it's like what I'm saying by like making new music, you know. Like,
Right.
So like Seven Deadly Sins, I already like wrote that. I was just like hype on it. Like, 7 Deadly Sins.
that's a good idea, man.
So the title track is specifically how I commit all 7 deadly sins when I rap.
Okay.
So trying to say it.
Like specifically when you rap, or like the things you're rapping about? Like,
Specifically when I rap, like, you know,
do you some drink, some tea, or what?
I left my water bottle. Yeah, so I like, you know, had the revelation when I was with my parents. I was at my parents' crib. You know, of course, like my brother and my sister-in-law are, you know, asking me questions. Like, what's going on? What's the plan? You know, till I've been like down, you know, and kind of like losing hope. But I was like, if I pull the plug, what do I do then? That kind of stuff.
Dude, I know.
So it's
exactly.
kind of just sitting and thinking about that for days, and you know, I've been thinking about it for months.
Dude, I know how like that is.
Doing
Like,
myself,
what am I gonna do now?
yeah.
Like, you put so much fucking time and effort into this, like years, and you're just like,
Years.
what else am I gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
God, man. And, you know, they say like the one thing that all successful people have in common, it's not their IQ, it's not like the situation they were
It's
born
their
in.
ability to be able to find their way out of the situation.
Grit is like the word they're gonna use. It's like
Okay.
every single one of them could have easily given up. You know,
And instead, they're just like,
basically,
instead of accepting failure, I'm going to use my mind to figure out what an alternative is to like fix it.
right.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So I was hyped just on that idea of like,
You can
I
fix
don't actually have to be relying on anybody else.
it.
So I
Oh,
can lead by, you know, example.
exactly.
So like the end of it was, so I'm driving back into Asheville.
Mhm.
You know, just kind of like reinvigorated just by this idea of like,
I can
do
fucking
this,
control
you
this.
know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I fail, I can't blame it on anything. Just
Right.
from now on, so
Taking full responsibility,
yeah,
which is the way, like, yeah.
just have to, you know.
Is that when you had the revelation to do the song?
Well, so I already had 7 Deadly Sins, and I was just already, you know, it's like that would be such a cool. I was just hype on that idea.
Right.
I had already written this, or yeah, I had already like written the song.
Title track.
Yeah, and like recorded it on my phone, and it's like listen to this.
Yeah,
This is
like,
sick.
hell yeah.
So then I'm driving home on my way back, and just like listening to more Hop songs, especially for
Have you been listening to the No Shame?
Yeah, I listened through it several times.
Dude, I love that shit.
Yeah, my favorite is Don't Mind Mine.
Don't Mind Mine. My favorite is Tell 'Em Who You Got It From.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like lately I've been acting kind of cool. Mama said I got a school too.
Yeah, dude, that shit is cool.
Yeah, but so like just his style of like just bearing all and just like brutal honesty. I mean, it's not unique to him. Like that's one of the things I love the most about Eminem. Eminem to me is the GOAT.
The thing I hate about it is like it's everybody. Like fucking Redman. There's not one person who won't be like Eminem's fucking. But at the same time, it gives me like at least there's that person I can be like I'm gonna fucking be better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have everybody like this. But I know it sounds crazy, but I think that's how you're supposed to.
No, that's how you're supposed to feel.
Dude, I'm ready for the business aspect of this also.
And that's where more of my future lies. I feel like trying to make good. I was a screenwriting major in college.
You know what's funny is I could do the school. That's what my teachers are like telling me I should do.
So, in my life, secret, not so secret passions. I wanna play villains like in Hollywood movies.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want to do. But the music is like the vision behind the 40 Boys is an all-inclusive artist collective. You know, drawing. That's why I moved to Asheville in particular.
So when you say all-inclusive, you mean like you do music with anybody? Or?
Yeah, well, and, the vision is way bigger than just music, but it's like any kind of art. Really, anything that you do to express yourself is art. And the idea is like to make a living doing art, make a living expressing yourself.
Right.
Is tough for any one individual.
Yeah.
But the idea is the strength in numbers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the more people that kind of buy into this philosophy, like, oh, it's not just about us, but we need to look out for others, to look out for us, and things happen that way. People call it networking.
Yeah.
But when it's networking, that just means like
you're kind of in it for like just a business. But the way you're doing it is gonna be like a passion in each other.
Exactly. It's like the idea, like I'd be willing to like be friends with anybody, like if you're willing to be my friend,
Right.
It's like it's do stuff.
Everybody has something you can learn from.
Well, and within that network too, there's going to be so many mutual interests that collaboration naturally happens.
Right.
So that's the idea. And for me, it's like like the vision behind it. It's kind of my job to manage it.
And I don't believe that love is what if I like what you say, you have that girl. I don't think that's love. Like what I have for my ex-girlfriend, I don't think that's love. I think it's greater than love. But I think that love is what you should have for every human being. And I used to say this kind of like as I grew up, and it's almost like I spoke it into the truth into my reality. But it's true. Like I don't judge anybody anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I literally love everybody. You were kind of talking about like we all have similar interests, but I think about it on the grand scale of like every fucking person I run into. Because the reality of the situation is you are who you are because of like millions, maybe even billions of different situations that have happened since you were an infant that have affected your mind in whatever kind of way.
God doesn't make mistakes.
The brain can be programmed in many different ways too, like in any way. The brain is a fucking power box. Literally, if you're not programming it, somebody is, right? And we're all programmed by people who are programmed by people who are programmed by all these different thousands of situations too. So everybody literally is an individual. And so like just because you might feel a certain way about whatever, you could not like black people or some shit, something really that serious. Like I should be able to talk to you and figure out by asking the right questions, like why you don't like black people. And then I should literally be able to make you feel like I gave you an intelligent enough answer where you're like, that makes fucking sense. And it affects the way that you think there on out. I've always been the type of person I'm super blunt, like really bluntly honest, Like I'll speak some shit, I don't care how it's fucking, like I'll just say that shit. That's always been my thing, and I feel like sometimes it might be a little harsh and sometimes whatever, but I feel like when I do that, people always know they can trust my word. Like, I'm such a great person. But no, I love all people. But at the same, like I found myself where I just can't do it. I just love everybody because I feel like we're all like capable. We all have the same wants in life. Unless you're like a psycho. But I think that love is that's what love is. I think love is realizing that everybody is you, and that the same purpose you feel for yourself. Like if you're a positive person, like I feel like I have this grand purpose, and then the Lord revealed to me that everybody has the
disagree with purpose. Like the same way I feel about that purpose is the same purpose everybody else. And when he did, but I used to think of like, if we're all even, like my purpose would come down for some reason, like not there would come up. That's the way I can explain it. But like, yeah, like he helped reveal it to me. Like everyone's as important as I feel mine is. I often hear people be like, man, if I could go back and know what I knew then, nigga, by the time I'm this age, I'd be the shit or whatever. It's like, okay, bro, think about this. You're 28 and you're gonna be 56, right? 56 isn't that fucking old. You still might have, that might just be half your life. If you think back to when you were 18, it was like, when I'm 28, I'm gonna be so fucking old, and now you still kind of like feel like you're 18. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even realize you're gonna feel that same fucking way when you're 56. You're like, what the fuck? I thought this was so long ago, and it's not. So if what you're saying is true, you do know what the fuck you know now. So when, by the time you're 21, you have 56, 28 more years, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to get and have a life you want by 56.
Part of how me and Mike like envision ourselves, which that's a whole crazy story in that itself, just how God introduced me to collectively. But yeah, so part of what I envision for, you know, we call ourselves Eminem, right? Mike and Mike.
Right.
But we rap like Eminem. I was like,
Eminem and not Eminem.
yeah, because you spell it out with the N. But yeah, so it's like.
So that's you and the guy who are always performing.
Yeah, exactly. They were trying.
You guys are definitely rapping, or like you guys are actually good. You know what I'm saying? I hear my shit, I'm just like, I'm not ready to start trying to do that sometimes.
Yeah, man, that's part of what we're doing with this song, right? It's like kind of stepping into that.
It definitely feels like I like my flow a lot better on this than it just seems like
This is for me, this song, like, yeah, you were talking about just like how all this stuff came up. I needed this song, basically. That was like the end of the story was driving back. And I think I was listening to that No Shame actually, and just like listening to the beats under them and trying to like picture myself, like listening to his flow and all that stuff, and thinking about 7 Deadly Sins and all that. Yeah, so I thought of for Envy, just like there as I was driving, and I just started like to the beat, I started just going like, I know that I hate you. I don't know you, but I hate you. I don't know you, but I hate you. And so I just like remember that in my head, and as soon as I got home, I was just like, yeah. So
then you tried it over the beat, and it just happened to fit.
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
The beat,
I went through some of your other beats and was like playing with it with different beats of yours.
Right.
But then I came back to that one that you had sent me.
I praised
I was
that
like,
too,
it actually sounds.
just made for.
Because at first I was thinking of it like a new song, you know, but then I went back to that beat and was like, yo, this actually sounds best on this. And I just like wrote that shit in like a day. So.
That was another fucking thing with my shit though, bro. Like I feel like I need this song also. I wrote my shit at like 12 o'clock that fucking night. It showed me that, like I said, things seem like they're this fucking big. It's almost like God is behind all of this too, like, because doing the first one seemed like it was like that. But then, like I told you my idea for it, I wrote the first couple of lines, and then the rest of it just fell into things. That's just how it is whenever I write my music. In my head, it seems like the hardest task. Like, I'm gonna have to think of all this other stuff. But as soon as I start thinking of it, it just fucking comes out.
Part of it for me is like some of the realest shit I ever wrote. And it's not to say that our other music isn't